Hello you guys, welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about Grammy nominations. Let me get the disclaimer out of the way, even though I am not one for disclaimers. I already know people are going to be down in the comments like, Grammys don't matter, Grammys don't matter. No, they don't, but I am a sucker for awards. I like awards. I love Oscar season. I love Tony season. I love Grammy season. I just like seeing what the industry insiders are going to vote for, like what they're going to give awards to. That does not mean it is the end all be all, because it's really, really not. Especially as somebody who has been a stan my whole life, I don't like when we get to talking about like artists, who's good, who's not, and we start talking about Grammys and this and awards and this. I do think there's a time and a place to talk about that when you want to talk about cultural significance and stuff like that. There's always a time and a place to bring up accolades, but like, yes, accolades are brought up far too much, and no, it doesn't necessarily say if an album is good, if an artist is good, and all of that, because when it comes to the Grammys more than any other, I think, award show, maybe, of course, maybe the Oscars, everything has to come together for you to make it to a moment if you are a particular artist. We're going to talk about an artist who I think everything has led up to this moment for them, and that's why they're across all of these nominations. But yeah, Grammys don't matter, but I do have a lot of fun with the Grammys. So let's get on into it. I'm going to tell you who is nominated. I'm going to tell you who I want to win, why they're nominated, everything that's going on. We're going to get into some snubs. Let's go. So first things first, let's talk about record of the year, because we have some predictable things, and then we have some things that are a little bit like, The first thing that is, is the Beatles Now and Then Knock It Off. Knock It Off. I do not want to see the Beatles in no record. No, I don't want to. We get it. We get it. It does not matter what boy band comes before, after, sideways, left. It does not matter. People believe that the Beatles are the best boy band, the best really musicians to ever grace this earth. And that is fine. That's your prerogative, but we get it. Like, we get it. The Beatles don't ask you, why are they here? Why are they here? I don't even understand this, but you know what? Great for them. I don't know. But to me, knock it off. King wants to say knock it off. Next, we have Texas Hold'em. I'm going to already say it. I think Beyonce is going to win this category. The thing is, I feel like a lot of people going into Grammy season are really discounting Beyonce. Even the fact that Beyonce has 11 nominations, a lot of people, including the Beehive, seem to have been shocked that Beyonce is getting 11 nominations, not Kenya. Not Kenya. I am one of those people, I have been one of the only people who believes kind of everything has kind of led to this moment for Beyonce. We'll get into that with Album of the Year, but yeah, I think Beyonce is going to win Record of the Year for Texas Hold'em, because I think everything works in her favor with this. Texas Hold'em is a #1 song. Texas Hold'em was a smash. Yeah, Texas smash 'em. Beyonce has 11 nominations. Beyonce has never won Record of the Year. It just all seems to be coming together that Beyonce is going to win this award, because I think a lot of the pop things kind of run together. If I can get Miley won Record of the Year, and the thing is, I said Miley was going to win Record of the Year last year with Flowers, and a lot of people was just like, I don't know, Ken, I was right. I surprisingly pick Record of the Year more often than I don't do it, and I think Texas Hold'em by Beyonce is going to win Record of the Year. But Beyonce is here. That is expected. Then we have Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Espresso, to me, is the biggest song of the year, which is so funny because Espresso never went #1 on Billboard, but Espresso, with everything it did for Sabrina Carpenter's career, like, Espresso, I think, is behind, for me, it would be #2 for Record of the Year. Then we have 360 by Charli XCX. I personally do not believe Charli XCX is going to carry any of the main categories, but by the way, I am not someone who loves Brat. Hang me and nail me to the cross, baby. I am not someone who likes Brat. I'm always someone who has struggled with Charli XCX music. That is just me. That is just my opinion. I don't give a damn what you think about it. That is just how I feel. But I do think 360 is a good song. So there's that. I had no problem seeing her in Record of the Year for this, because I think 360 is really strong on that album. Then you have Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. Y'all know I love Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is going to get something in another category. I don't think she's going to be here. I am so over Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, whatever, but it's here. We knew it was going to be here, whatever. Then you have Chaperone with Good Luck Babe. besides Sabrina Carpenter, nobody has had a better year than Chappell Roan. Then you have Fortnite by Taylor Swift and Post Malone. I think that goes way last on the list. I think it's the bottom of the list of people who would win this category. So let's get into album of the year. You have Andre 3000 with New Blue Sun. I am so happy to see a dark horse, not even a dark horse, somebody no one thought was going to be in this category be here. Because that is what the Grammys should be about. You should see more random ass albums in categories. So even the Beatles being in Record of the Year is kind of good because it's just like, yeah, put some people don't expect to be here. So I am happy to see Andre 3000 here. Next we have Cowboy Carter, Short and Sweet, Brat. We have Jacob Collier, don't know who that is, Billie Eilish, Chappell, and Taylor Swift. So the big thing is that Ariana Grande with Eternal Sunshine is not here. And this is why Ariana Grande stands, don't get mad at me, this is why I think Ariana Grande is not in Album of the Year. If she were to be here, I think they would have switched her out for Short and Sweet. Here is the thing, I am not over the moon by either album, Eternal Sunshine or Short and Sweet. So this is not coming off as biased. What I think happened here is Sabrina Carpenter, from hitting off at Coachella with Espresso to now, she has been able to keep that momentum all the way through. And so that's why I think she was able to land in Album of the Year. There is no artist being talked about more than Sabrina Carpenter. Ariana Grande cares about Wicked. Ariana Grande cares about Wicked, and Wicked is at the front of Ariana Grande's mind, and it doesn't seem like Eternal Sunshine is at the front of Ariana Grande's mind. And I am not calling Eternal Sunshine a flop, because something many of these albums in this list can't say is that they had 2 #1 records on one album. And Eternal Sunshine had 2 #1 records. I just think Ariana Grande stopped caring. Even though we see Ariana Grande is doing a full run for Wicked. We see her everywhere, but do we see her talking about Eternal Sunshine? No, not really. No, not really. So I just think like it was one of those things. Ariana don't care, so do we care? I wouldn't have cared if she took Short and Sweet spot, to be quite honest with you. But I just think Sabrina Carpenter just has a lot of momentum. You have the rise and fall of a Midwestern princess by Chappell Roan. I think that's the dark horse in this category. For that, I do not think they're going to give it to Taylor Swift again. The 2 people who I think are front runners in this category are Cowboy Carter by Beyonce and Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Hit Me Hard and Soft is not my favorite Billie Eilish album. Happier Than Ever is. But the reason why I do think the year, it's so crazy, you can't even say this no more because Beyonce should have won Album of the Year 50 million times by now. But I do think everything is working in Beyonce's favor for this to be the year that Beyonce wins Album of the Year. But everyone can knock it off by saying this will be a here damn a Grammy, or like Jay-Z going on stage is why she got it. Number one, people have been complaining about getting Grammys, not getting Grammys for how fucking long? So many almost every single artist in this goddamn category has discussed being snubbed by the Grammys. But all of a sudden when Beyonce's husband get up on stage and say something, all of a sudden that's why she getting awards. Knock it off. Y'all are going to find any reason to just discount Beyonce. Beyonce is the only person who like nobody is allowed to stick up for. Everybody can say whatever the hell they want to say about Beyonce, but anytime somebody be like, hey, Beyonce deserves more than what she got, all of a sudden they need to shut the hell up. They need to shut the hell up. But and when are y'all going to admit that like y'all don't want Beyonce to get shit? You think Beyonce has too much dip on her chip and you don't want her to get nothing. So that's number one. And number 2, Cowboy Carter is the best album in this category. I am a Cowboy Carter believer. I think Cowboy Carter is immaculate. Stop everything you're doing right now and go listen to Alligator Tears. I think Alligator Tears is one of the best songs Beyonce has ever put to wax. It is so good. Cowboy Carter is so good. Maybe it gotta grow on y'all. I don't know. But no, not only do I think she is going to win this category, I think she deserves to win. I'm going to war for it. The same way y'all was going to war for Renaissance, I'm going to war for Cowboy Carter. No, I do not believe this is a here damn. I think here damn, you deserve it. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Next we have Song of the Year. It is very interesting to see that Shaboozey is not nominated for Record of the Year. There is no song bigger than A Bar Song Tipsy. A Bar Song Tipsy is the most successful song of the year. And so Shaboozey not being Record of the Year is interesting. I think Bar Song Tipsy is either a sample or an interpolation. I get them confused, and maybe that's why it's not in Record of the Year. But it is in Song of the Year, and that makes things a little bit interesting. You have Birds of a Feather. You have Die With a Smile, which I'm just finding out that James Fultree wrote some of Die With a Smile. Shout out to James Fultree. You have Fortnite, you have Good Luck Babe, you have Texas Hold'em, and you have Please, 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 and Not Like Us. Billy, Billie Eilish is going to win this category. I actually don't think it's up for debate. And if Billie doesn't win it, Die With a Smile is going to win just because Bruno Mars payola is always going to come. I love Bruno Mars, by the way. But Bruno Mars is always going to get some home cooking when it comes to the Grammys. And so it's either, I think Birds of a Feather deserves to win as well. That's what I think is going to happen here. Then we have Best New Artist. Here's the list. Chaperone is going to win this. Chaperone is going to win this, and I think a dark horse is Shaboozey. But I think it's going to go to Chaperone. Sabrina Carpenter just has too many albums. And you really can't make sense of it. Chaperone is going to win this. Doechii. If I could have a dark horse, it would be Doechii, okay? Doechii with 2 eyes, baby. Next we have Songwriter of the Year. I don't care. Producer of the Year. I don't care. Best Pop Solo Performance. This is where Sabrina Carpenter will come to the stage and get her Grammy. Best Pop Solo Performance. You have Beyonce, you have Sabrina, you have Charlie, you have Billie, and you have Chapel. I believe and think that Sabrina Carpenter deserves to win this category and will. It is so interesting to me that Good Luck Babe, Birds of a Feather, and Espresso are 3 of the biggest records this year, and somehow Beyonce snuck her way into this category with Bodyguard. That is absolutely insane, but they're right. They're right. Bodyguard is one of the best pop songs of the year. But yeah, Sabrina Carpenter is going to win this. So if you're doing your math right, I'm giving something to everybody. I gave something to Sabrina Carpenter. I gave something to Billie. Who else? I think Beyonce's gonna win Album of the Year. She doesn't win Album of the Year. I think she's gonna win Record of the Year. I'm giving a little bit of something to everybody. It's interesting that people believe that a lot of people are going to walk home empty-handed. I actually don't think that. Now, somebody is gonna get nothing. That's just all how things go. Next, we have Pop Duo Group Performance. This goes to, like, anybody. This be going to anybody. I think it's so interesting that Beyonce with Levi Jeans got here with Post Malone over Fortnite with Taylor Swift and Post Malone. Taylor Swift is here with Gracie Abrams, and I'm hard-pressed to see what Taylor Swift is going to win. And this category, they usually give to anybody. Like, the most random songs will win this category. So they might give this to Gracie Abrams, child. Y'all will be pissed because y'all don't like that girl. I don't listen to her music, and I damn sure ain't never heard Us before. But, hey, you never know. But to me, it's going to go with Die With a Smile. I think Die With a Smile is going to win because Die With a Smile is nominated up in Song of the Year. I just think, yeah, I think Die With a Smile is going to win here. I really don't think it's a competition. I think Die With a Smile walks away. Now we have Best Pop Vocal Album. If Taylor Swift is going to win a Grammy, I do believe her best chance is in this category. Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande is here. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that Taylor Swift is going to win this because I think they're going to send Taylor Swift home with something. It's so interesting how, like, the Beatles being in, like, a Record of the Year, you understand it because it's out of respect, right? It's out of respect you put them there. Even I think Andre 3000 being an Album of the Year is out of respect. It's so interesting that people don't also see that same thing with Beyonce and Taylor Swift. I genuinely do believe Beyonce and Taylor Swift should be nominated every time they put out an album out of respect. Because if it was anybody else, they would do it. Beyonce is nominated as much as she is because she's respected by the industry. And Beyonce is the most winningest Grammy artist in history, recording artist in history. Taylor Swift has more Album of the Years than anyone else. So yeah, they're gonna get some home cooking every now and then because look at what they've done. And they deserve, like, I think because Beyonce has been relevant for so long, or even Taylor Swift has been relevant as long as she has, people don't want to, like, acknowledge that these people are doing things that a lot of people have not been able to, especially Beyonce. Beyonce has been famous for almost 30 years. For almost 30 years. Beyonce was nominated for her first Grammy almost 30 years ago. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, the industry gonna bow the hell down, as they should. And so Taylor Swift winning Best Pop Vocal will be because of that. Like, they respect Taylor Swift, and that's a thing that is. Best Pop Vocal Album, though, but if Billie Eilish is going to take home Album of the Year, she's going to win this. So if Billie Eilish I think if you see Billie Eilish win Best Pop Vocal Album, then you can bank that she is going to win Album of the Year. Those are my opinions. Now you get Best Dance. I am totally okay with Best Dance Pop Recording going to Charlie XCX with Von Dutch. Best Dance Electric Album going to Charli XCX, because I believe Charli XCX does deserve something for the year that Charli XCX has had. Charli XCX has been, you know, a legend to a small group of people for quite a long time. Charli XCX has meant a lot to a little bit of people for quite a long time. So for her to have her year where she really broke into the mainstream, you got to give it to her. And I have no problem with Charli XCX taking home 2 Grammys in these dance categories. There was a little snafu with people in best remixed recording. So Addison Rae is on the Von Dutch remix, yeah. And you had people thinking that Grammy goes to the people who are on the record and not the person who recorded it. Open up the schools. If it says best remixed recording, why would it go to the people who's on the remix when, like, there's a remixer? There's a remixer. Like, of course it would go to the person who remixed, because if anything else, it would just be best, like, it would just be best remix. Best be, like, that's all that would be. Anyways, Addison Rae is not nominated for a Grammy. I'm not over here hooting, hollering, and cheering. I am not invested in Addison Rae's downfall. I simply don't care. And I also don't care who wins this category. Let's move on. It is crazy when you go look at the rock categories that everybody is fucking old. Is nobody making new rock music? Is nobody making new rock music? Also, question, what does best traditional pop mean? What is traditional pop? I've had this question my whole life. What does traditional pop mean? Interesting. I could go look that up. But I'm curious. I'm skipping right over the rock because I do not care. By the way, the rock categories did me wrong ever since they didn't nominate Plastic Heart. You got some R&B stuff, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Coco Jones. I want Coco Jones to get another Grammy. I want Coco Jones to get another Grammy. And when it comes to Beyonce being nominated for Best Melodic R&B, I don't even know what that means, but I want her to win for Spaghetti. I really, really do. It has been brought to my attention that Usher has never received Best R&B Album category at the Grammys, which is crazy because he has Confessions. So you want to know what? I really hope they give this to Usher. And I don't think Usher has ever received a Grammy on the Grammy stage. That's another thing that's absolutely insane. Usher should win this category, and it should be televised, and Usher should be allowed to go on stage and get his Grammy. Anything else I deeply want to get into? R&B song, Coco Jones gets another one, and give it to Coco Jones then, period. But it's probably going to go to SZA. We have Best Rap Performance, and this is where I come to say Meg was snubbed. Meg Thee Stallion was snubbed down. His should be in Best Rap Performance, but they're going to give this to Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us, because that is just something that they do. When it comes to Best Rap Album, I want Doechii to win it so bad with Alligator Bites, Never Heal. Give it to her. Give it to her. Give it to her. Then you have Best Rap Song. It 100% is going to go to Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar, anytime he's nominated in a rap category, they just going to give it to him, child. Now we got the country categories. Beyonce is not going to sweep because she's going to lose Best Country Solo Performance to Shaboozey. And I think she should lose it to Shaboozey, even though I want 16 Carriages to have a Grammy because I love 16 Carriages. But I want Shaboozey to leave with something. I really, really do. And so I hope Shaboozey leaves with Best Country Solo Performance, because Beyonce is going to leave with Best Country Song for Texas Hold'em, especially because none of these songs in her category are nominated for Record of the Year, and she is. So I think she's going to carry Best Country Song. But Best Country Duo, Group, or Performance, if I live in a world where Trump is president, at least I can also live in a world where Miley Cyrus and Beyonce have a Grammy together. That is my brand. Do you know how crazy that is? If you told Kenya in 2008 there's a chance that Beyonce and Miley Cyrus will win a Grammy together, I'd be like, you're on that crack. You on that stuff. But baby, Two Most Wanted is right here, and yes, I think it's going to win. Yes, I think it's going to win. And I also believe that Beyonce is going to win Best Country Album because once again, now, if Casey Musgraves or Chris Stapleton made their way into Album of the Year, it would have got a little bit sketchy. But I'm telling you that I never fretted. I never feared the way that you guys did. I think Beyonce is going to get hers. I think Beyonce is going to get hers. And y'all can say it's because Jay-Z. It's because who gonna have the Grammys though? You can say whatever you want to fucking say. You can say whatever you. I don't care. Beyonce naysayers do nothing to me. They do nothing to me because they are always going to find something negative to say about this woman. Anything they can, they don't care if the music is good. Any way that they can discount Beyonce, they are going to do it. You have to ignore them. You have to ignore them like their mothers do. Anyways, let's move on. The only thing we really need to move on to is Best Americana. If Yaya can pull out a Grammy, that would be crazy. But I'm just here to tell you, I think Beyonce is going to have a big night. I think Beyonce is going to have a big night. So we have to get into another snub. We have Tyla. It's so interesting that Tyla isn't nominated because I don't really know the rules to the Grammys quite well, but I think Tyla should have been able to submit in Best New Artist, and I think Tyla should have been in Best New Artist. I also think Tyla should be in Album of the Year. I think the biggest snub is Tyla not being an Album of the Year. But I want to say something. The Tyler conversation has gotten really, really strange to me. I think people like to use Tyla for diaspora war beefs, and it's really, really strange. Every conversation surrounding Tyla just gets really, really strange. Instead of just every time I see someone brings up Tyla, they compare her to Rihanna. I'm here to tell you, I do not think Tyla and Rihanna have anything in common. I don't think they have anything in common. I think the only reason why you guys compare them is because when Rihanna came out, she was, foreign and skinny, and you have Tyla who's foreign and skinny, and so you're comparing them to one, but that's the only thing they have in common is having an accent. But when it comes to the way their music sounds, I don't think they sound anything. I don't think Tyla is marketed in any way towards Rihanna. I just think that comparison is so damn lazy to me. I think the comparison is so damn lazy. I also think this idea that Americans just hate Tyla because she's South African for some reason is weird, especially because Tim's is very loved. This idea that Tim's and Tyla exist in two different things, or this idea that Tyla is just incredibly more successful than Tim's, which is not true, by the way, which is simply just not true. Tim's has been nominated for an Oscar. So that's not true. I just think the conversation gets really, really weird. Then sometimes people are like, y'all just don't like Tyla because she not ghetto like all you American girls. Whoa, when did it jump to that? And then you have the people who were really weird about the VMA thing and was calling Tyla uppity African. It never called for that. It never called for xenophobia. It just all becomes really, really weird. And I like Tyla's music. I really, really like Tyla's music. And I like Tyla. I think Tyla looks so damn good. I like me some Tyla. I think Tyla performs well. And so I just think Tyla is riddled with discourse that she shouldn't be riddled with. Anybody else got heavily snubbed? Hosier. What do I have to do to get Hosier a Grammy? What do I have to do to get Hosier a Grammy? Baby, the Grammys come around and it's all of a sudden they ain't never heard of Hosier. Hosier should be nominated for Too Sweet. It should. Is that my favorite Hosier song in the world? No. But I do think it's a good song and it had a good moment. And didn't it go number one? Why couldn't Too Sweet be nominated in Record of the Year? Questions for the culture. Just questions for the culture. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.